I took control.
All right. I'm going to say call Allah Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakudash. That's all praises to the Most High, who people call God, whose name is Yahweh. In the Hebrew tongue, the original Hebrew tongue, and the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, who people call Jesus. Salutations chiefly to the elder apostles and elder bishops over the Great Millstone Church, and to all the Akim of the branches under the pushing, all right, this truth, this faith, and hold on. Much respect, biblical love, much peace and many blessings to you as well. So I just got some quick words, man. The Spirit hit me with this to say this, and that's how the Lord, He given us what we need right now, the answers. The hell with, this stupid crap, such as this ICE raid of these damn dumbass so-called Latinos, who a lot of them are Israelites, a lot of them damn probably Spaniards. But the hell with all of that. The Lord is giving He's giving answers right now. And I know this because I was just giving answers to things right now. Because despite all of this going on, right? All this chaos and matter of fact, this crap, this. These riots, or whatever going on in LA right now, that's these people's judgment. All right? All this chaos, like while all this is going on, life is still happening. You still have things you have to fix. We still have things we have to fix. All right? The Lord is still not back. You still have things you have to beat out and get over. So this is nothing more than a distraction. That's what these people going on. Just how you see it, I'm trying to get a picture like this. That's what these mugs caught up in. See how this picture shows it from the perspective of this picture? It shows it as if you're on the outside looking in. Like that's what they got going on over there. All right? It don't got nothing to do with you. That's how it's gonna be in the end anyway. You're not gonna be all caught up in that. Let these news reporters report on this. We're gonna bring out lessons, not speaking against Akim that's edifying on it or anything like that, because we not at the end and people still need to know what's going on. You might have some of the elect that's distracted by that, that's caught up in that, or questioning that, what regards, like to the level of the higher power, the Bible, to figure out what's going on, not in the way that the churches done taught everybody, to where brother speaking on it is timely, it's seasonable. But again, that's all to a degree, because the scriptures talk about, for instance, when you just go to 2nd Ezra 9, I basically got two scriptures. 9, it tell you right here. Nine, and matter of fact, do I want to get this one? Yeah, let's go here real quick. Like, for example, because I'm going to hold those. 2nd Ezra 14, it says what? The world has lost its youth, right? Matter of fact, let's start at 9. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son. See, thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee, right? The son being Yahweh Shai, the word, this truth. It says, and such as be like thee, those that's also doing the same, those that's in this truth, until the times be ended. We're gonna be taken away from all this crap. When people was doing what they was doing, Enoch was walking with the Lord. He was caught up in the whole other, he was dealing with things on a higher level, to win out and beat out and get that favor with the Lord. And the Lord really giving that path out, because again, there's only one path that leads to life, and you got, many paths that lead to destruction. So when you ask yourself what these things look like, when you actually want to visualize these things or see these things in the world around you, the path that's being laid out more, in a way to win, in a way to finally get out right with the Lord, in a way to finally get your life how you need to be, your mental, everything, get in a space, get over shit. Hey, that's being laid out right now. So you can, and that path leads to, complete perfection. He's putting more things on the path. All right. And around that path is all the crap, which holds all the other paths that are also, around in everyday life, which is what these people are going into. These people are going into burning houses, sinking ships, so forth and so on. They're not on the path to life. This is Matthew 7:13. The narrow and wide gates. You're supposed to be looking for these things. Prove in the Bible, man. Prove all things. And then you hold fast that which is good. So enter ye in at the straight gate. See that? Don't be worrying about this crap unless you want to be in it. Don't go too far into all that. It says, for wide is the gate and broad is the way. See, and broad is the way. See that? And broad is the way. Because all this stuff, these are old pictures. Matter of fact, let me do this because I don't want to. People, pay attention in the ways they need to gainsay and scoff. So we can go to this one. All right. All this crap. This. All right. This is how they think they gonna get life. Look at this crap. Look at this madness, right? See it, right? But don't get caught up in it. But getting back to this, for wide is the gate, okay? So wide is the gate. Look at that. Hell of people can be here, right? And broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. See that? And many there be which go in thereat. So this is the wide gate the Lord is talking about. All this crap. He said what? He goes on to say, right? Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. So it's easier to run into this crap. See, that's why it's posted everywhere than you can the truth, right? And few there be that find it. See that? And only those that have eyes to hear and ears, and eyes to see and ears to hear, will be able to go to where it's at once they told, and stay on where it's at once they told, and see where it's at once they show them, once it's pointed to them. The Lord is laying out hence the answers right now. On that path of everything of your concern that you gotta get through, get over, and continue dealing with, getting through, right? With all focus to end up where you want to be. And the Lord is showing that clear as day. Everybody, the Lord is giving you your answers right now. Your specific, customized answers. It's certain lessons coming out, certain things being said unto you that you need to be focused on. This don't got nothing to do with nothing. The hell with this. These niggas gonna die. They can't die soon enough. All right? But who cares? Going back to what I was reading in 2nd Ezra 9, right? This is gonna be short, 9, and I'm gonna jump to the point. It says 12, the same must know it after death by pain, right? It says, and therefore be not, I'm gonna start at 11. It says, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. See that? The same must know it after death by pain. All right? So you got time and chance to be, actually, like you got people in the world, despite that going on, who's still trying to build their business and get rich. Still trying to hit a lick or, do some bullshit they ain't got no business doing. Still trying to chase somebody's woman or something. You know what I'm saying? Like madness. Still trying to get the damn one item or something. I don't know. But I know what the elect are to be doing, which who we are to put on their foreign ass. All right? While everybody else caught up in all the other stuff, going in many wide gates, many things they can get into that's going to lead into destruction, because it's all around us. That's of the water. That's of the dang, the fire, Many people are in it. They are in that water, drowned out there in that fire being consumed, But again, they all have time like we do to actually be getting their stuff right, to be hearing the things they actually need to hear and addressing and dealing with things they actually need to deal with to be right with the Lord, because the Lord not back yet. So while all that crap going on and you watching the news panicking and shit like the damn world about the damn end, when the Lord said these the beginning of sorrows, like, before you know it, those, you could be, if you don't live in the state of California, those things could be, in a place near you, or literally in your vicinity. Which would be bad if you wouldn't, if your stuff not together. But if it is, because you was focused, hearing the answers and dealing with things that I'm pointing out, man, you will probably only see those things and from a distance at that. Because the Lord said, only with thy eyes thou see the reward of the wicked. And then when you read Job 5, the Lord said what? He's going to matter of fact, let me grab that really quick. Job 5, and I'm gonna start at 11 to set up those, right? I'm gonna actually start at 10. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 8. It says, I will seek unto God. See that? Yahweh Basham Yahushai. And unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai would I commit my cause. See that? All my efforts. Trying to, because the things people actually really want, he has to give. And he has also the instructions and the ways to get these things. He has the ways to get away from the things people want to get away from. And he'll give, the answers, to get away from them. So as it says in verse 7, yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward, So all, the fireworks, you just in madness, all the stuff going down all over the place like fireworks, It says, I will seek unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, and unto Yahweh would I commit my cause, your whole purpose, right? All for like if you're trying to win, that means you want Yahweh. You want Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. You want the kingdom, Trying to actually come out of your crap. You want Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. See that? It says, so I will seek unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, and unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai will I commit my cause. See that? Because obviously, by doing so, you'll be able to come out of that trouble. But you're going to have some people that just get further into their trouble, and you just see it from a perspective like they just over there, that's their crap over there. That's their judgment. All right? I know I can get better pictures than this, but I really could care less, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. I shouldn't have put this in. LA, yeah, all this crap. Look at this, man. Straight mayhem. The people united, all that ain't, these people still got demons and issues and just madness. Like this it's not it. That's not the focus. That's not where your heart should be. But it says, which do it good. It says, so I will seek unto Yahweh Basham Yahushai, and unto Yahweh Basham Yahushai will I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number. Right? Exactly. So all that crap going on, he's giving forth answers that you never had before. A way out, final way out. It says, who giveth rain upon the earth, right? And when does rain come upon the earth? When it's needed. See that? And you got to be there for it, man. You got to be in position. You in position. You got to realize you're in position. He's putting you in position, to receive it, like dry ground, right when you needed it. You got to be able to see this. Like, this is the very thing I needed. Like, where did this come from? It's Yahweh Basham Yahushai during all of this. So it's a good sign. It's sending waters upon the fields, and the waters deal with what? Things of the spirit, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that you need. It says to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. See that? To safety. Yeah, taken out of the crap, our crap, our low estate, so forth and so on, But I'm going to jump down to 17. Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh Basham Yahushai corrected. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. So the Lord, while all hell breaks loose, here it is, you still getting answers. You're still getting, the very things you need to hear and see, and push to you, and put in front of you to deal with. So that's heavy because these people obviously not getting that. See that? And that proves you are on the narrow, you're in front of the narrow. Lord not talking unto these people. How can they hear him caught up in this? You know, they're part of the problem. But nonetheless, for he maketh sore and bindeth up, he wounded, and his hands make whole. See, and his hands make whole. The Lord has sent angels, you know, to minister unto you right now. You have to be able to receive this. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yeah, and 7 there shall no evil touch thee. You know, you'd be like, that's the very thing I need to hear. Like, this is, you know, that's it. In famine, he shall redeem me from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Exactly. Because we're not worried about that. We're not concerned with that. It has nothing to do with us. We're worrying about life and how can I fix my stuff. These people not thinking like that. So this is it. At famine and destruction, at destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Right. And the beast of the earth really is these damn people. You know, these wild people, these unruly people. You know, we ain't worried about them, man. We ain't worried about they dumb, you know, bombs and, you know, terror, man. You know, we weren't about the real big deal, like what's really the cause of issues. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Yeah, it's all happening around you while you being able to channel in and focus in on you and yours, your household, you know. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace because of that. And thou shalt visit thy habitation and shalt not sin. See that? Because the Lord has helped you fix yourself, get your stuff together, and he has given you the answers. So when you come back to 2nd Ezra, right, 14, I'm in the 2nd Ezra 9, it says again, 2nd Ezra 14 and 9, it says, I'm gonna start at 6. These words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide, right? And what does it mean to hide? It's talking about conceal it. Like, you know, you keep it with you, you know, with you know. It says, to say the least, you know, for lack of words, but it says, and now I say unto thee that thou lay up in thy heart, see the signs that I have shewed. Yeah, like as if you was hiding it. See that? You storing these things as being given unto you to use them. You know what I'm saying? It says, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations which thou hast heard, for thou shalt be taken away from all, like Enoch, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son. Yeah. And Enoch did what? He walked with God. And how do you walk with God? By, or how about shot by what? Having your life as it ought to be, you know, in the way that he designed it, you know, being content in what he had, you know, he has given you, you know, making sense. But let me read on, man. But it says, for thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son. See that? Perfect. The Lord has given you the truth, and he's giving you answers right now to get you further in it, further along with it, you know, to come unto that perfection. So you have to take these answers and do what you need to do now, you know, while you can. It says, and with such as be like thee, you know, just focus. That's all you got to deal with. You know, people worry about everything else, and they wondering why they don't have paradise, why they have hell. You know, it says, and with such as be like thee, you know, until the times be ended. For the world has lost, right, because a lot of the answers going to come from those that's also in the faith, through all those that's also in the faith. But nonetheless, you have to focus on you and yours, with all that, you know, if any of that, if you will, right? Because it's all, at the end of the day, a lot of it's spiritual, you know. It ain't physically we with people, necessarily, but as much, or if at all. But it says until the times be ended, uh, and that's what's going on now. That it's just all this crap around us is chaos. For the world has lost his youth. We understand that, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part. And there remaineth that which is after half of the 10th part. Now therefore set thine house in order. See that? While all this is going on, the Lord give you the answers right now, man. In the midst of all type of chaos and people losing their jobs all over the place and motherfuckers dying and niggas still getting gunned down, niggas drilling Esau, got these people all caught up, all this news crap. You getting you getting answers. You finally getting the answers you need to get in that place. Get to that paradise state. And you have to listen. This is it. All this crap is to sift people out. If you don't take the answers now, if you don't listen now, that you hear that knock, you don't deal now, you're gonna be sifted, man. Once it's time to get for, you're not supposed to still be in the same spot. So now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. See that? So that's that, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Salakia. This is 2nd Ezra 9. And again, 11. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when his yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised the same as nor after death by pain. That's that. And that's the point. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire, constantly keeping up, seeing what's going on with this shit. Like, yeah, we watch and all that, but look, man, the Lord giving answers right now. That shit don't got nothing to do with you. You got people fucking getting shot, trying to report on the shit, in the shit, like some dummies. Then a woman got shot with a rubber bullet. And I was saying that was gonna happen years ago through the spirit. It manifested. These people dumb. They lost, man. That's dumb over there. The same way you outside of this picture looking at these, that's their judgment. So if you ain't there, what's going on, with you in your life? What's going on, with you in your life and with the truth and the answers you getting as you're in it to deal with it. You need to deal with it. That's it. This don't got nothing to do with you. So ending this, it says, so again, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. See, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Because if you looking to get your stuff where it needs to be, get yourself in a mental place, your situation, your house, you yourself as a house, your household, whatever you got going on. We ain't talking about, we talking about the essentials. That's what you ought to do, man. That's what you ought to be doing. See that? But inquire how the righteous shall be saved. So clearly the Lord's giving the answers on these things while these people are around, as you see being ungodly and seeing that they need to be punished, and basically like they in a place of when they finally finna get, you don't get caught up in that. That's this crap. It says, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created. So now you just got to get there through these answers you getting and use them and get to it. So I'm gonna say, call Halam La Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakodash.